Starting with nothing, all went very quickly when, after a big bang, the subjective merged with the objective into a conceivable world. On that very night, I took the stairs to the entrance of the theatre on Bellico del Mondo, where I would pay a visit to the play Creation of Man. According to the preview, the first act, To Be, shows a dualistic world in which strict rules and laws constructed a community of conceptual values from which mankind would suffer eventually. The fear of death and for the unknown is a strong force in causing this controlling mindset. A paradox approach to good and bad in combination with conceptual conditions would take away all creativity from this causality and would catch mankind in its own trap, religion. The uncritical acceptance of one's own religion and subculture, pretending to have the highest moral standard, causes conflicts when these values are projected on enemies and strangers who, after all, turn out to be not as strange as a stranger could be. The manner in which the play is directed is breathtaking and keeps the audience speechlessly watching how right can be done using permissible violence. When the main character departs life in agony, the audience bursts into tears, oblivious to the change of attitude of our hero when he started using words like cruel and hostile concerning his own actions in war. Full of emotion, the crowd moves towards the exit, but I remain seated. I look around. Empty cans, plastic bags and candy papers anywhere. A junkyard, but to me, reassuring. I feel comfortable. What did he mean with his last words? Being lost in the concept, or not to be? Had he made a choice? Could he? And I? What should I do? What do I want, for God's sake? I buy a ticket for the second show at the ticket office. And not to be. During the dimming of the lights, I notice that I am the only visitor. My heart starts pounding when my deceased hero enters the stage as if nothing has happened. Without saying anything, he takes a key from his coat pocket. Then he starts his monologue telling me about his wish to live as a free person. Because of that, he always keeps this key with him, the key with which he can decode the individualism in himself. I can hardly believe what he is saying. I'm startled. The devil inside. My former hero continues speaking about his alienation of a world he always had considered to be good and true. After his repatriation, the communication with his loved ones got problematic and often impossible. He knew that he cannot count on their tolerance and expect them to understand his experiences, despite all his efforts to explain about this new world. While he moves the key from his left to his right hand, his voice changes. If it's impossible to share my memories, then I'm a unique person whose interpretation of good and bad might not fit in the moral standard. With this key, I neutralize good and bad, and by doing so, I will be able to give meaning to my life without being troubled by my earlier concepts. In this moment of recreation, I make an interpretation in reverse in which I disconnect from my earlier mindset. From this point of no return, I'm able to live an autonomous and a creative life. Flabbergasted, I listen to his words. It's a double interpretation, to be and not to be. Apparently, you do live and you do not at the same time. So this is where ethics move beyond belief in the conceivable symbolic. It's all about unraveling the concept to get in this detached or second causality. To live an autonomous and a creative life. I still could hear his words after he had left the stage, my hero. I got up and left the theater. Descending the stairs, I counted the steps. 10, 9, 8. Each step reduced my fear to fall. Tidraso, what shall I do?